Last week's performance, Ollie, is it looking good or is it looking bad?
Well, I don't know, I'm not holding up too much hope today because we're going to be teaching them heeling and towing, which, as you know, is like one of the toughest things any racing driver has to learn.
It's tricky.
Definitely. So we're going to be teaching them that in the Caterham 7s this morning, and this afternoon they're going to have loads of fun because you're going to take them out in the Palmer Jaguar JP1 sports car. Now that should get them really revved up for the time trials this afternoon. So without any further ado, let's get ready for the action.
This week's challenge is probably one of the most difficult aspects of driving a race car. It's called heel and tow. Would you agree with that, Ollie?
Definitely, it's one of the hardest things any racing driver will have to learn. It takes years of practice to get absolutely right.
You're not wrong. It took me a long time to get used to it. It's very, very difficult. What do you think, Matt, heel and tow is?
Basically trying to operate all three pedals with just the 2 feet. The clutch with the left and then braking with the right, and also blipping the throttle at the same time, getting the revs up to try and match the engine revs up to try and match the road speed.
Good luck. This is one of the most difficult challenges, like we said. Have fun.
I'll give it a go.
See you in a few minutes.
Cheers.
You're going to get up to 4th gear, then you're going to go down to 3rd gear for me, okay? I want you to try and blip the throttle. We're going to do this for a couple of laps, and then we're going to try 2nd gear, okay? Okay, brake, blip the throttle. Good, 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 good. You know, that's a good try. Alright. Okay, now down to 2nd. Good, very good. That's good. I'm really impressed with that, actually.
That's 3rd gear, actually.
Yeah, keep it in 2nd gear, remember, for here. That was good, that was a perfect. You felt how the car didn't jolt there at all.
Matt.
Oh.
Well,
How did you do?
It was good fun, actually. It's not quite as difficult as I thought it would.
Really?
I thought it would be, but
he took it really well.
We didn't expect him to say that,
No,
did we?
didn't.
but it's all about basically getting your foot in the right position on the brake and really thinking about the next corner that's coming up. But no,
What's very
it's
easy is
fun.
come off the throttle, don't you? Put your
Yeah.
foot on the brake, and then you've got no room to blip the throttle.
Yeah, and I was also doing blipping throttle too much sometimes, and then it's a real jerk when you let the clutch back in.
But that's bound to happen to start off with. You know,
Absolutely.
you'll find, was it quite jerky on the brakes now and again? And
I mean, it's understandable. It's such a hard skill to learn, as you know. It takes years of practice to get absolutely right, and you did really, really well. I was really impressed, and you got a couple of the down changes that were absolutely spot on. So.
right then, while Pippa's getting herself comfortable, let's have a look at Thorny's excellent attempt to heel and tow.
So here we are with Matt, and I've got to say, he really impressed me this time. He listened to everything I said and pretty much got to grips with it within about 2 laps.
Yeah, obviously I'm not selling the car, but standing outside the car, I can actually hear him heeling and towing it into the corners. So well done, Matt. Next up for the most difficult challenge is Pippa. You're going to be now doing heeling and towing. Have you got any idea what heel and tow is?
No, no.
Ollie, give us a bit more of an explanation of heel and tow.
I suppose the easiest way to describe it is as you're going down the gears is that you've got to have your both feet on 3 pedals at once. So essentially when you're braking, you want your foot to actually roll onto the accelerator and blip the throttle as you're going down the gears, and that's the easiest way probably to explain it.
But just keep enjoying yourself as well,
Yeah,
all right?
give it a go.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, Pippa, we're going to do heeling and tow now. One of the hardest things anybody has to learn when they're racing cars, okay? Yeah. Because it isn't something that comes that naturally, and you do have to do a lot of thinking, especially when you first start learning it. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to use 3rd and 4th gears here, okay? We're going to go down the straight in 4th gear, and we're going to go down to 3rd gear into the straight. I want you to try flipping the throttle for me, going down to so brake, flip it to 3rd. Not too bad. I could hear a bit of an engine note there. So we'll come along, brake and blip. Blip it. Oh, you blip the throttle, but you didn't have the clutch down, you see, so that's how we surge forward. So make sure when you blip it, you've got the clutch down, blip it, and then go down the gear, okay? Try blipping down to 3rd. Brake, blip. Good, that was much better, much better. You did it then, okay?
That looked fairly good to me.
Tricky, but useful.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I know Justin's been a bit nervous about this.
Oh yeah, this is the one. So what do you think? Was it as hard as we all think it's going to be? Or?
Well, I think it is definitely a hard one, but hard skills to pick up.
You cope well though, I've got to say. I mean, there's so much to learn, and you were probably the most novice person here anyway, and with all that to take on board, you did really well. She concentrated the whole time, and she wasn't trying to do anything silly. She was listening to everything I said and was really having a real good go at, you know, trying to do the best she could. And she did well. A couple of times we were doing really good heeling towing changes, really. So.
Brilliant, excellent, well done, kid. Right, while we're swapping drivers, let's have a look at Pippa's heeling and towing techniques.
So now we've got Pippa, and I've got to be honest, I wasn't holding out too much hope because last week she struggled with the gears, but she actually did pretty well with the heeling and towing this week.
Cool, because obviously gears and heeling and towing come together, don't they?
They do, yeah, so she pulled it out of the bag.
So, big improvement for Pippa. Next on track is Justin. Right then, Justin, your time has come to experience heel and tow. Give me your definition of heel and tow, please.
Well,
no pressure.
Probably very, very rough, but from what I understand, it's when you come into a braking zone,
yep.
At high speed especially, if you just bang down through the gears, you could have problems with the back wheels locking and losing control. So if you just cover both your brake pedal and your accelerator pedal, blip it down as you're changing gear, and then it should match the revs to make it a lot smoother.
That is, would you agree?
Yeah, that's pretty much spot on, yeah, definitely.
So the explanation's right?
Yeah, it's just a practical.
Yeah.
And the reason why you have to do it in a racing car is because it's not a synchromesh gearbox like you have on a normal road car. It's just straight cut, which is why you have to blip the revs.
Yeah.
Otherwise you will knock it off.
Right then, well you seem to understand it. Let's give it a go. Have fun.
We're going to try it here first. Go to third gear. I want you to see if you can actually flip the throttle. Right. Good. Nearly. What you did there, you would sort of change before you start to blip the throttle, you see. So make sure your foot's on the clutch when you do it. Well, we'll go around again. So we're going to try going to second gear for here now. No, it's still not anywhere near enough. You've no, you've got to really give it loads of revs, all right? More than you really would think. Now it is quite tough. We're going to go down to third gear, even brake a bit early if you like, get ready. Really sort of think about, that's good, that's what we want to hear, all right?
Was it as difficult as what you thought, heeling and towing?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
How did he get on, Ollie?
He was doing okay. I've got to admit, you were struggling a little bit, weren't you?
Yeah, I was.
You probably didn't realise how forceful you actually have to be.
Yeah, you have to press
really direct, don't you?
A lot further than you think, yeah.
But all in all, again, you did learn a lot there, and it is really, really tough. But you know, you did okay.
Well, Grahame's next. I know Grahame's very nervous, but while Grahame's getting himself comfortable in the car, let's have a look at Justin's heeling and towing.
So now we've got Justin. I've got to be honest, he was probably the least improved so far of all the drivers.
It's a bit of a shock.
Yeah, it is, definitely. He just seemed to be struggling with the 2 feet thing on the 3 pedals.
It is tricky, but let's see. Grahame on track. Right, now that Grahame's comfortable in the car, you have got to now do the heel and tow technique, which is the hardest, pretty much the hardest technique of the challenge.
Really, really hard.
Can you give us your definition of heeling and towing?
Well, I'm trying to do it at the moment. I have one foot on the brake and I have the other half of my foot on the accelerator, and I'm depressing the brake and trying to depress the accelerator at the same time, and I hope Oliver is ready for this.
And you're going to change gear
I
as well?
can't do it.
I hope I'm ready for it, that's for sure. But mind you, I think you've been pressing all the pedals all the time.
Well, I have, but I've got to press two of them at the same time now. I'm not used to that.
Right, listen, I can see you're cold and you're itching to get out there. Good luck, Ollie, and good luck, Grahame. Have fun, and good luck with it.
We've had a few problems the last couple of times, but I'm confident because I know you got the speed. We're gonna have a breakthrough today, okay? We're gonna have a major breakthrough. Now, we're not looking for speed here, okay? It's about teaching you heeling and towing, so you can go really gently if you like, just to get it in your head. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna go down to third gear. Now, just attempt to heel and tow for me to third. There you go. Now that wasn't bad. That was a good attempt. So you'll go around, pick up a bit of speed. That's it. Up to fourth gear. Now for this first corner, for this first lap, I just want you to try going down to third gear only, okay? Flip. Oh, just a little bit too enthusiastic, but don't worry. But that, you know, at least it shows that you're trying. Up to fourth gear. Good, 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 good. Okay, brake and blip. Oh. I want you to try that again then. Oh. Dramas.
Okay then, how was that?
That was extremely difficult.
So that was your heel and toe technique.
That was very, very difficult, in the second, especially in the second car, because the pedals are set differently, and I can hardly get only my edge of my foot touches the brake pedal, ready to get onto the accelerator. It's really tough.
And Grahame, why were you in the second car? Why weren't you in the car that everyone else has used?
Well, it wasn't mainly to do with me. I didn't break the engine, but the brake broke on one of the corners.
The brake on something mechanical.
Yeah, it was mechanical failure of the car. I just happened to be sitting in it.
You did cope very well, I've got to say, Grahame, because halfway through your heeling and towing exercise, the car did unfortunately break down, and to jump into a completely different car and carry on with it, you know, it was really good, really good.
So nothing to do with Graham's driving, that it broke?
I can't promise you that, no, but what I can say, no, nothing to do with his driving. You did well.
Brilliant. Right then, while Graham's having a little break, let's check out his footage from the heeling and tow techniques.
Right, but last but not least, we've got Grahame. I've got to say, this week he actually listened to what I was saying.
God, that's a real shock. He hasn't listened for the last few weeks.
Exactly, it was a shock to me, that's for sure. But he actually was still struggling, but he got on with it better than some.
Good, big improvement for Grahame. Well done.